Before we get into this morning's update, I want to go over a quick synopsis of what's transpiring. As we know, we've been in a short-term bear flag formation. We've come outside of it twice, but we haven't been able to validate the bearishness here to continue to push down. The technical target out of this would be first level 613 at the broadening wedge support from the breakout point, and then you would come down. You have 597 and 585 underneath. If that area were to break, we'll show you where you would hit on the ascending triangle formation. But as of right now, we're looking for about a 7% drop to get us right around the 587 level roughly. And that would satisfy at least the bearishness in this cycle. We have a death cross that we were unable to invalidate in the 4-hour time frame. So that continues to be one of our biggest problems this morning, is the fact we were unable to invalidate that structure this weekend on the thinly traded weekend. So it looks like to me, if everything stays true in this formation, we should come down for extra liquidity, which is just where our stacking of buyers are at. We've got buyers stacked in an area, and I think that's going to lead us down to probably 597 won't hold, and it'll likely bring us into that 585 or even 55 cent area. I'm thinking 585 is more likely, but we'll take a look at every scenario when we get into the charts. Make sure you use positivity over negativity this morning, as it's our greatest asset to stay positive. That negativity will allow you, if you stay negative, you'll use your emotions in a way that's not constructive. We're the winners here. We don't play the victim, we play the winner. And remember, give thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ this morning. I'll be going to church after this update goes out, but I wanted to make sure to get the update out. So stay positive. It's an emotional time right now, but there's a lot of adoption going on with XRP right now. We heard about New Zealand going to be test piloting a CBDC on the XRP ledger, do Ripple XRP in the ledger. So that is big news that came out yesterday that we're starting to get verified here. So make sure you hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you appreciate what I do, and I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Good morning, 10:27 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Sunday, August 13th, 2023. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So as we can see, XRP is up 0.24% to about 6285 approximately. We are still fighting with this bear flag very strongly. We're on the outside of it right now. I measured it out the other day for us, and now we've watched it play out. Now, if we're getting a rejection here, this would be your likely rejection if it's going to happen. And if we just do a standard prototypical measured move, because we want to see a measured move, you could take this all the way down. We came through. So I'm going to go into the daily time frame and see exactly the length of this candle. Actually, not the weekly. So I want to measure this out real quickly. Actually, let's go into the 4-hourly. This is pretty sloppy just because of the way the candle came down. Okay, we can do it like this. We're just going to try to get a measured move here. So we came up, came through just about here. Just bear with me for just a second. All right, so if that's the rejection point right there, see, this moves you right down to around that 585 level. So the targeted move off of what looks like a bear flag here. Let's go into the 2-hour. It makes it a little bit easier to see. You could have a targeted move. It looks like it's going to get us right to about that broadening wedge at 585. So a breakdown, that targeted move on that short-term bear flag looks like it should get us right down to about the 585 level. That's the bottom of what I've deciphered as a broadening wedge. As I'll explain it for anybody who's new, we had this breakdown candle that came down here in the 4-hourly, and I'm using it right now. In here, this is the bottom of the wick, top of the wick. I'm using that as the start of the broadening wedge. Second resistance, second support. So that verifies the wedge, the broadening wedge. Now with this short-term bear flag, a breakdown would get you down to the bottom of the wedge. It's a perfect technical target for where we're at. it leads credence to what we're seing. The overextension on the breakdown from the bull flag, if you use it from the 4 hourly, the farthest out you could go instead of the horizontal support. This overextension here, that resistance we hit is actually at 67 cents. That is a resistance that was formed from the breakdown of a bull flag. So then the broadening wedge resistance matched up perfectly with that. And you can actually see how we hit the top of the broadening wedge, right just shy of 67 cents at about 665. Came back through, formed a little bit of a bear flag. And now the technical target on the bear flag is right down to 585. And we'd be looking at this morning, or at some point here, we're looking at about a 6.8% drop is what it comes down to. So if this plays out true, I would anticipate roughly a 6.87% drop in my opinion. So that's what we're looking at for XRP. To not have this move happen and to invalidate this structure, you would have to break on the top side and get above 641, and then that would lead you into a technical target to retest up here around 676. So those are your options this morning. I'm feeling a little bit more bearish than bullish this morning, simply because we were unable to invalidate this death cross in the 4 hourly. And at some point, we're going to have one more hostile move down to grab liquidity to try to break this formation that started. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. If you got anything out of this update, make sure you hit that like button, as it will greatly help push my content through the analytics. If you appreciate what I do and the time I put in, hit that like button so that my content can be circulated. And then also hit that subscribe button and join the over 18,000 subscribers if you appreciate my work. If you're looking to trade XRP or your favorite crypto, video description below and or pinned comments. You've got Femex, which in the USA is your best option with lowest fees. Uphold is where I send everything to on my exchange, because I believe in them more than just some regular crypto exchanges. They're more of a broker because they do precious metals and commodities and things like that. And then obviously BitGet and MEXC if you're interested, but that's outside of the States. Make sure you use positivity over negativity. Don't let anybody get into your emotional state. And one other thing with Femex, if you're a futures trader, it's a great option for the USA, but do that cautiously. If you're looking to join Tom's Army, everything you need to know is in the video description below and or pinned comments. Stay positive today. Remember to give thanks to your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and I'll see you this afternoon.